All right, evening. While persons are getting into the class, just get your documents. You are working on your broad topic, narrow topic, thesis, topic sentences, and supporting details. Just get those documents. Be prepared to share because I'm going to go through it. We're going to start back that conversation today. I'm going to teach you how to write your introduction, possibly your conclusion, so that you can do the first upload of your sentence outline. All right, so just get that together. I'm going to wait until about 5:15 thereabout when more persons are in the class before I officially begin. We will start off by talking about the mid-semester, which I'm still marking, and then we go into the lesson. Alea Howard, your group members are, I think you guys are working in pairs, right? For the sentence outline. Alea Howard. Okay. Davia Lawrence.
Yes, sir.
With whom are you working for the sentence outline?
Sir, Alicia Natoy.
Is it 3 or 2? This class is supposed to be 2, not 3. My memory says me correct. So Alea Howard, you're working with Avril. So remember, it's the sentence outline that we were working on some time ago before we get into the discussion about discourse analysis. All right, so Alea Howard, because I know you guys are paired up, it's not group, it's only pair. Alea Howard is working with Avril Morgan. Jason Dillon, with whom are you working for your sentence outline?
Sir, it was Yashiga.
Was or is? You use the past tense, so I'm not sure what that means.
Is.
Okay. Janelle Sutherland, with whom are you working?
Carla Buckle.
All right. Janelle Johnson, with whom are you working?
Sarah Chantal, Emmanuel, and Eunice.
Can't be three. It only can be only two persons for the documented, for the sentence outline.
Oh, Chantal, Emmanuel, sir.
Shanice Plummer, with whom are you working? Shanice Plummer. Miss Plummer. Shanice Plummer. All right. I'm not sure if she's able to speak. All right, can you just
Typing
get
in the chat, sir.
Can you just get your, remember your sentence outline, just get the document for me so that we're going to go back through broad topic, narrow topic, thesis and all of that, just to refresh my memory of the area, the focus of your paper before we get into any discussion about writing an introduction. I'm going to wait until some more persons are in the class before I start that discussion. It can be two persons. This, as far as I remember, this class, let me just remember this, look at the size of the class. This class is supposed to be that you're only working with two persons. Today is, right, you're only working with someone else. I don't know that I think about it. Probably 3 is not a bad number because it's almost 30. All right, so get the papers together. We're still, the number of students in the class is still extremely low, so I'm not going to start yet. All right, get your, well, I think Alea and Avril are here. Can you share screen? No, Avril is not here. Alea, do you have the paper? Can share screen? Let me see what you have so far. Anybody wants to share screen?
Sir, we share screen in the broad topic and the narrow topic and the topic
Right,
sentence.
yes.
Okay, sir, I'm going to share screen first then.
All right, no problems. All right.
You're seeing it, sir?
Yeah, so reasons for training and development in the workplace. All right, good. So this is Janet Johnson. This is, okay. No, I'm not going to look at the other part. I just wanted to see that part, okay? The other parts I will look at eventually.
Okay,
All right.
sir. Stop share
Right.
screen?
Yes, thank you very much, Daniel.
Okay, sir.
Anybody else wants to share? Let me see what you have, as you're kind of reminding me about what you are looking at before we move on.
I'll share, sir.
Go ahead. Let me just reduce this. Advantages of I remember asking you what's the difference between medical treatments and anxiety reduction? Because if you're using ganja for medical treatments, wouldn't anxiety reduction come under that, under the notion of medical treatments? So I think I'd ask you that, so I suggest you look into that and make some amount of change, all right? Because medical treatments, I don't know if you're, so there's a way of how you can probably look at it in terms of using it for creating or making pharmaceuticals, and then using ganja for the creation of pharmaceuticals, as well as treating chronic illnesses and boosting the economy are some of the advantages of decriminalizing ganja. I think probably that's where you need to go. So you can make the change, Jason. But to me, anxiety reduction and medical anxiety reduction would be one of the quote unquote medical treatments or medical use of ganja. All right. So I would make the change. All right, thanks. Anybody else wants to share? I need at least, the class is 29 students. I don't even have half of 29 would be 14.5. So I need to have at least 14 students before I begin. All right. Anybody else wants to share? So I see your broad topic, your narrow topic. All right, David Lawrence, go ahead.
Sir, you seen?
Yes, I'm seeing, I'm just processing the information. Okay, let's work with it. This is David Lawrence. Let me ask Margaret if I should make you, all right, stop sharing for me. Let me see if Margaret will do some consultation with you. I'm asking, Margaret did the guest lecture with you guys, right? I think she did.
Yes, sir.
Right,
Yes,
right. So
sir.
let me ask her if she wants to. Hi, Margaret. Can the students send you drafts of their work and you give them feedback? If yes, I'll share your email address with them. All right, so I'll wait for feedback from, I think I now have 10 students. All right, so let's go back through the list again to ask a question. Alea Howard is working with Avril Morgan. That's what I was told. I'm not still Avril on the platform. Jason Dillon is working with Ashika Bennett. Can you confirm, Miss Bennett, that you and Jason are working together for your sentence outline and eventual essay? Yashika? Yashika Bennett, she's on the platform, she's not responding.
I sent in a message, but yes, we are.
Right, and I want for you guys to speak. This notion of constantly sending messages. If you are able to speak, please do so. All right. I saw a hand. Janelle, was it your hand?
Yes, sir. It was my hand.
Go ahead.
Sir, just a question. In the previous classes that we did together, doing the broad topic and so forth, sir, just saying it was 3 of us working, I think, in each group. But when I was calling the name, you were saying it's supposed to be 2.
Isn't it supposed to be 2 for you guys? I don't remember it
No, sir,
being.
it was 3 in each group. I don't know if it's every group had 3, but most of us was 3 in group because you were saying
Oh,
it's a
okay.
large group.
Okay, all right. So thanks for the correction. So who
Yes,
would be the
sir.
third person in your group,
Sir,
Janelle?
she would be Eunice.
Okay, so Eunice. All right. No problems. The class is
Yes,
big enough for 3. Thanks
yes,
for that.
sir.
I think that's why someone else was mentioning a third person. So Alea, do you remember the third person? Miss Howard, do you remember the third person? Not getting anything from her. Carla Buckle, you are working with Sutherland. So Alea says
My Yashika and Dylan. Jason, third person is Kesia.
oh, that girl who doesn't come to class. Casey, I know who you're talking. I think it's Casey Ferguson. I've not seen her in class in a very long time. She sends me these very strange emails. So let's go from so I have Yashika already. Chantel Emmanuel. Oh yes, I have the Shanice Plummer. With whom are you working? Miss Plummer? With whom are you working? Not getting any response. Let me move on. Natoya Williams, with whom are you working for your sentence outline?
Sir, when was this given? I don't know what you're talking about.
Who is speaking? Are you just joining the class?
Natoya will, yes, sir.
When did you join the
I
class?
had a problem.
When did you
About
start it?
2 minutes ago.
No, I'm not talking today. When did you start the course with me?
Oh, okay. I started from September. You're talking about the thesis and those stuff start,
Right,
sir?
yes,
With
that's what I'm asking.
Rakisha and Chantel.
So you're working with Rakisha and Chantel who?
Chantel Patterson.
Oh,
Chantal.
thank you, because I was wondering who you're talking about. It's Chantal. Patterson. All right,
Yes.
so Patterson. And this is Natoya Williams. Was there a third person? Miss Williams, was there a third person? Not that I can remember.
Rakisha.
Or
Rakisha.
Rakisha.
Yes, it's
Rakisha.
Rakisha, Chantal, and Natoya Williams.
Okay, thank you. Am I seeing anyone that whose name I have not called? No. Waiting for at least 2 more persons to join. Okay, Miss Plummer, I keep forgetting. For 2 more persons to join before I proceed. And as I said before, I am still marking your mid-semester papers. So I can't speak to everything. I finished the other group because they did it the day before. So I got up the morning and managed to muster through, finish marking their papers. I know that I've started marking some of the papers now, but I'm going to try and finish before I see you on Wednesday. Janiel Johnson, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, could you open the platform on the campus where I would have to upload the orientation badge, because I've uploaded the APA badges.
Send it to me via email, and as well as you can send it to me directly on WhatsApp, okay?
Okay, sir, no problem.
Yes.
So that's the orientation, because the APA one I've submitted on the platform, because I see you open it where I could submit it.
I never opened any.
Sir, sir, you want me to show you it?
No, it's okay. Just send it to me via
open.
email.
Okay, sir.
I never opened one goddamn thing on that thing. I hardly use that thing. The first time I went there is when for the mid-semester. Trust me, it probably was opened by our colleague of mine, but not me. All right, so we need at least 2 more persons to start the lecture, so we can still. Anybody else wants to share their screen for me to look at your, just to refresh my memory about your thesis and your topic sentences and your supporting evidence, and let me see if Margaret has answered. All right, so Chantel is doing so. Reasons for training and development, increasing employee motivation, improving staff, and reducing employee. Yes, okay. All right, stop sharing for me, Chantel. It's okay. So Chantel Emmanuel, let me just make a note that thesis okay. Yeah.
Sir,
Oh yeah, I looked.
she's
Yes.
in the same group with me, Chantel Emmanuel.
I just realized.
Yes, sir.
Just realized. Yeah, I actually okayed that one. Anybody else wants to share?
I'm sorry, I'll be sharing.
All right, go ahead, Miss Patterson. Where are the students? I actually have to teach you how to write an introduction today, and most of them are not here. All right, so ways in which site managers can prevent accidents on a work site. Maintaining, why the thesis look like that in different lines and it's one sentence?
Hold on. Not sure what happened here.
Right. All right, maintaining equipment to adhere to safety protocols. All right, put your cursor at the beginning of topic, sentence, topic. Press enter for me. Right. All right, remove the, so go back up top now, remove the answer for me. Remove the answer.
Everything?
Yes. Press space for me, enter for me. Yes. Go there for me. Enter. All right, you can remove the broad topic for me. Remove it for me, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so I've seen Chantal Patterson's. Or you can stop sharing. How was the mid-semester for the persons who actually uploaded? How was the mid-semester?
It wasn't bad, sir.
Wasn't bad? Okay. Oh, when I grade, you will get your grades online, okay? You will see it on it's going to automatically reflect on Canvas. So I've started marking some papers in this class because I remember some of the names. but I don't think I'm halfway through. The other class is much bigger, about 50 students. And I struggled through and managed those to finish those. I'm going to ensure that you get it before Wednesday or by Wednesday's class. I'm going to have to get up and just muscle up and mark. Where are the students? I don't know where you guys are. It's almost 1 hour into the class and I can't hold on any longer. All right, so the other part of the lecture now is looking at writing an introduction and to some extent writing a conclusion. And I'll address the mid-semester in the final class. But I want to ensure that you are where the other students are. So today now, we're going to look at writing an introduction, how to write an introduction. And you know what, I'm just remembering, I actually have some videos on it outside of my regular, let me see, this is what, no, this is it, I'm gonna reach here, so yet. T structure, I'm not at T structure yet. No, not a T structure yet. Okay, I think I have actually a link about this. These are just examples of outlines. I know I have it somewhere. I just need to find it. Just need to find it. All right. It would be further down, like week 7. Oh, week 7 is APA. YouTube limbs. Oh, okay. All right. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. All right, so let's first, before I go any further, what is your understanding of how to write an introduction? What's your, what do you understand about writing an introduction?
So we just need to have the main information, as you said, the purpose, the idea, and the
No, hold on. Not for discourse analysis, no, for the documented essay. So the introduction for discourse analysis is different from the introduction that you're now being asked to write. So I think,
Sir, it should be short and it should contain your thesis.
all right, so short and contain your thesis. So it is relatively short and it ends with your thesis, not just has your thesis, but it ends with your thesis. All right. What else do we know about an introduction?
they will have to try to have like definition and put factual statement in it.
All right, so it could be that you have definitions and statements of fact. Yes. So yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say it has basically like if you're writing 3 paragraph, it has like the topic sentence for each paragraph.
Okay, that's not correct. The thesis captures the subclaims of your topic sentences. So just as though you have your thesis and you move from your thesis into your topic sentences, the thesis is the last sentence of your introduction. All right, so what you said was not fully accurate.
I didn't know if I put it properly, but basically what is in the introduction, like you're gonna use each paragraph to explain.
Well, I say I'm not sure why you keep misspeaking. I say that your thesis, that is the last sentence in your introduction, has your 3 subclaims, and each subclaim is developed into a body paragraph. I'm not sure if that's how you wanted to say it, but that's the explanation. All right. So think about an introduction as an inverted triangle. How does an inverted triangle look? An inverted triangle, how does it look? Hello? How does an inverted triangle look?
Sir, it's like, sir, like you have a triangle and you turn it upside down.
Right. So you turn it upside down. That's very true. You turn the inverted triangle upside down. And so let's see if we can do a live demonstration of that. So let's share screen and do this just in case we need sound. All right, so are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's draw. I'm not a very good artist, but so this is our triangle. I'm going to try to draw it very good. Right, so this is inverted, right? And we go 1, 2, 3, right? So here we have 3 parts to the introduction, right? We have the let me erase this. Where's my eraser? My eraser. Why is it not erasing? Thank you. Oh, this
Sir,
is
that's
still
not the eraser, that's a drawing. You have to go from, I think, design or layout or insert.
I think so. I think it's supposed to be right here. So too. My God. Anyways, let's try and do it. So this is the opening of the introduction. This is the opening, right? This is the background. And this is your thesis, right? So your introduction has 3 parts: opening, background, thesis. The opening, oh yes, so for the opening now you have 1 to 2 sentences. I'm just going to write SS for sentences. For the background, you have 2 to 4 sentences. And this is always 1, let's say declarative, sentence. All right, we already have this sentence. So your introduction has a total of how many sentences?
Sir, that's 5 to 6.
5 to 6, because this is 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, lie. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 to 6 sentences, right? You can have it longer, but usually we say don't go further. The opening now speaks to the broad topic. Let me put broad topic. The background speaks to the narrow topic, and the thesis is always the thesis. Everybody understands this, right? So it's an inverted
sir.
triangle, and this is how you write your introduction. You have an opening, you have background, you have thesis. We understand this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't think you need an image of my very poor drawing. Let me see something here. So again, here is, so from broad to narrow and specific. General opening or general statement, more narrowed. This is a thesis, overview of points. So when it says overview of points, it means the thesis with the subclaims. That's what it means. All right, thesis with subclaims. So here is the inverted triangle. So the important thing now to note is, how do you begin? how do you actually begin your introduction, or ways to begin an introduction? Ways to begin an introduction. Let's look at that. Writing an introduction, is it this? Yes. So I want you to tell me, this is, can somebody say hi in the group, please? Say hi, say hi, say hi. Oh, no, this is not you. Just say hi in the WhatsApp group. I think I found it. Okay. Yeah, somebody's writing. Okay. Mhm, mhm, mhm. All right, can you tell me some of the ways of how you can open your introduction or begin your introduction?
Sure. As it said, general statement. So you'd like talk about how many sides they. Sorry, are we
Look in the
doing it
WhatsApp
on the
group.
triangle? Oh.
Look in the WhatsApp group. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Right. So how can we begin our introduction? I am listening.
What a brief definition,
Brief, brief definition. Yes.
or it can be a famous quote,
Mm-hmm.
a direct quote,
Direct quote.
Sir, definition of what the.
We just said definition already.
Sir, a comparison, compare something,
Can compare something.
give a contrast,
Contrast.
contrast.
All right, so there are various ways of how you can begin your, so direct quote, brief statistics, a definition, startling statement, comparison, contrast, factual statement, opinion, or humor. Let's look at some examples. I want for you to tell me, how has the writer begun his or her introduction? So the first one, over the last decade, Jamaica has welcomed more than 20 international businesses. The second one, diabetes is the leading cause of death among children in the Caribbean. The fourth one, until recently, everything written about Indian women in the Caribbean was written by men. The fifth one, photosynthesis is the process by which green plants make food. The sixth one, until recently, men never considered their body image. How was the writer started each introduction, the ones that I mentioned?
So we have to tell you which one of the stuff they use on each of these pointers.
Right, yes, yes,
So it have
yes.
to be in order, or just tell you which number.
So the first one, how was the writer started in the first one? Let's try to do it in chronological order.
So I would say it would be like brief statistics. I say over the last decade, Jamaican has welcomed more than 20 international businesses, according to Clark 2019.
That is correct. So the writer chooses to start using brief statistics. What about the second one?
So it could be brief statistics or,
There are no numbers in this one, so it can be the brief statistic.
oh, okay.
factual statement.
All right, so it's a factual statement, right? It is a factual statement. Do we see how it is a factual statement?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Let's talk about diabetes and what is the cause.
So they say it is the leading cause of death. All right, so it's a factual statement. Let's until recently, everything written about Indian women in the Caribbean was written.
Shakespeare.
I deliberately skipped that one over.
Okay.
So the one that says until recently, everything written about Indian women in the Caribbean was written by men. What device? Let me ask it this way. What device
Would
What-
that be a startling statement?
could be considered a startling statement? Yes. Could it be anything else other than a startling statement? What else could it be? It's a kind of technique, a type of, let's say, strategy.
Sir, would it be a contrast?
Contrast, or is it irony?
It's irony.
Isn't it irony? Everything written about Indian women in the Caribbean was written by men. Wouldn't you say that is ironic?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But sir, we're just using, you said once you got it on the paper, that's why.
Okay, no problems. What about the one below? Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants make
Sir,
food.
definition.
Yes,
Sir.
that's definition. And the one below, until recently, men never considered their body image. What about that one?
Sir, would it be the same as the one before about contrast, irony?
Yes, it could be considered a bit contrast or even a startling statement. Could be. Yes, it could be. All right, let's look at some other ones and see if we can speculate as well about those. I just shared them. All right, so let's look at and try to determine, why is my Zoom not coming up? Share screen. It is where? Here it is. All right, how has the writer started this one? Cybersecurity has been a serious concern for cause for concern worldwide for many years.
Sir, factual statement.
I would say, I don't know if I wanted.
Opinion.
I think it's more an opinion, but it's really an informed opinion because they do have expert opinions, right? So
Yep.
right, so it's not an opinion that is based on it's an opinion that is based on facts or expertise. So it is an opinion, but it's an expert opinion. So cybersecurity has been a serious cause for concern worldwide. Let's look at the other one. What about this one? And the narrow topic for this is really the advantages of solar power. That's the narrow topic. But how was the writer started in this one?
Sir, a factual statement or a startling statement?
So it would be a statement of fact as well as probably startling, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's look at the other one. What about this one?
Sir, that would be a brief statistics.
Right, brief statistics. So the person is looking at the long-term impacts of post-traumatic stress disorder, and they start out by saying after deployment from the wars in Vietnam, 515.2, da da da. Yes. What about this one?
That factual.
How was the writer
Oh,
started in this one?
wouldn't that be statistics same way? Does it give you?
It's really direct quote.
Really?
So it's
Oh.
direct quote with brief statistics.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. All right, so we get a sense of how to begin our introduction, right? Let's look at the other part of the introduction now. Here what? Let me see. Let me see how write the first sentence of your introduction. So remember now we said that the opening sentence, there are various ways of how you can start it, and it's most often times than not, it reflects the broad topic. All right, so let me give you 5 or 10 minutes to just write your opening sentence or sentences. It could be 2 sentences for your introduction. And this is going to be individual work. So even though you work in peers or in groups of 3, you're going to, let's just do this as an individual activity, okay? Because sometimes if I put it together, then one view becomes more important than the other. But if you work on your own, sometimes that's better when you try to come up with your own ideas, all right? So we're going to share at 5 minutes after 6.
Sir, we're
Finish.
supposed to write it off the narrow topic or the broad topic.
So your opening, so you make a determination where you so you don't your opening usually reflects the broad topic
Okay, sir.
because the background is going to speak to the narrow topic. All right, so 5 minutes after 6, let's see. And then of course you're going to justify to me why you have started the way you have started, whether it be a statement of fact, opinion, or whatever it is that however you have started. Okay, so we're going to share screen at 5 minutes after 6. Individual work.
Good night, sir.
Can you please hold on until you're finished? All right, let's see what you guys came up with. Carla Buckle, go ahead for me. Let me see what you have. Carla Buckle. All right, still not responding. Chantel Patterson, may I see what you, oh, she's going ahead. I need to see the broad topic and the narrow topic. I think I did say that I'm not going to be able to understand it without them being there. I can't read this and then go back. You need to put it below it. That's what you need to do.
Let me just copy it and bring it up this side. Just give me a minute.
Okay. All right, so how to prevent a heart attack? Yeah, but the opening doesn't speak to the broad topic, it speaks to your narrow topic, and the opening should really start with your broad topic, not your narrow topic. And I would have started with some sort of brief statistic in your case because it's scientific and the topic is very scientific. So I would have started with more more like a brief statistics or something like that. So something like over 20, if you're going to start it heart condition, so over 20 million people worldwide suffer from some sort of health heart-related medical condition or disease or something like that. This is caused because something like that. But I wouldn't have started this way. I think the opening is weak.
Okay.
Okay, I wouldn't have started this way. All right, thanks, Carla. That at least there's some amount of thinking into your paper. Chantal, go ahead. Let me see what you have.
Right, coming, sir. I'm sharing the wrong one. Okay, hold on. Stop. See my screen, sir?
Yeah. And Vehicle Limited, that sounds like a company. What kind of source is that?
It's an article.
Yeah, but then you're not citing properly. Then didn't I not teach you how to cite an article?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that needs to.
All right, so I'll fix that part.
I think I think the second sentence probably should be the opening, not the first one.
Not the first, okay.
And you cannot use. Remember, I told everybody you can't use we and us and our and all of that in your essay. Okay, it's an expository essay. You can't write like no personal pronouns. Okay, can't use
Okay.
personal pronouns. All right, so I would probably start at the second sentence and properly cite it instead of doing that. All right, stop sharing for me. Let me just quickly teach you the other part before I go any further. Know that I have some more persons in the class. All right, so let me share screen and just do a quick refresher. So we say that the introduction is shaped like an inverted comma. The structure is, so the opening or the general statement is based on your broad topic. And we did talk about the fact that to open your introduction, you can use a number of things, just trying to quickly catch up persons who are late, at least extremely late for class. So we have brief statistics, definition, direct quote, and so forth. All right, the other part of the introduction, now, how do we do the other part of the introduction? So let me share screen again. So after you have your opening sentence or sentences, it is important now to write your 2 to 3 background sentences. These 2 to 3 sentences state the subject, establishes the significance of the subject, and provide a context for the narrow topic or general focus of the essay. So it is important that you understand that you have an opening, you have your background, and then you have your thesis. After the background sentences, then you have your thesis. Let us look at this one. This is an example of an introduction. It says, narrow topic, how to reduce chikungunya in Jamaica. Let's look at how the writer starts, look at the background sentences in relation to the narrow topic, and then of course it ends with the thesis. Over 20 million people globally are infected with the chikungunya virus, 8 million of whom live in the Caribbean. This indicates that Caribbean people are vulnerable to this disease, especially in countries such as Jamaica. It is for this reason healthcare professionals in Jamaica are concerned and have suggested ways to reduce the spread of the virus. These ways include spraying bushy areas, using mosquito repellents, and visiting the doctor. All right, so I want for you to tell me how has the writer started, and do the 2 to 3 background sentences speak to the narrow topic, and are you seeing the thesis?
Sir, so he have started with a brief statistics in the first line. Then he talk about he stated a factual statement in the second line.
The second line is, so you said started with brief statistics, that's correct. The second line is actually analyzing the first line, linking the broad to know the narrow, because
Okay,
the narrow says, remember the narrow is 2 sentences. This indicates that Caribbean people are vulnerable. It is for this reason healthcare professionals in Jamaica. So how to reduce chikungunya in Jamaica. So we see that you're correct that the opening is based on brief statistics, and usually medical papers tend to kind of start that way. Those kinds of scientific, technical kind of paper, they tend to start that way. And then there's a background, and then there's a thesis. One of the things that you must note is that the way how you write your thesis on your outline is not necessarily the way you might express it in your thesis. All right, you might kind of tweak it a little. So this is an example of an introduction. Persons who are joining us late, are you understanding? I'm teaching you how to write an introduction.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
right. So let's look at another example. Here's another example. So the theme is the same thing as the broad topic, child abuse. Narrow topic, child abuse, then and now, measures that have been implemented to reduce it. Introduction, this is a direct, in this case, the writer starts out using direct quote. It was reported in a study that parents use leather belts as a means of reprimanding their children. Does it reflect child abuse? The opening.
yes, sir.
Right? Reflects the broad topic. Let's see if this other sentences know. The background sentences reflect the narrow topic. This report attests to the fact that child abuse is a social ill that has continued to plague society over centuries. In some instances, relevant authority has done very little or nothing to implement serious measures to eradicate this grave societal problem. Do we see that the second, we have what, 2 background sentences, right? Does it help us to better understand the narrow topic about child abuse then and now, and measures that have been implemented to reduce it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're not going to look at all of these ones, but let me look at the ones that I shared in the WhatsApp group, which were written by students. Let me get to that. So let's look at these, and these introductions are in the WhatsApp group. No, I'm sharing the same thing here. That's not what I want to do. I want to share WhatsApp. Here it is. All right, so let's look at this one. Broad topic, cybersecurity. Narrow topic, ways in which personal information can be protected on the internet. Let's look at the introduction. Notice that there's no use of any pronoun like I and we and us and our and you or your. All right, so cybersecurity has been a serious cause for concern worldwide for many years. Mer states that, quote, it is important to realize that as technology advances, it becomes more intrusive in our personal lives. This means that an individual's privacy is increasingly threatened by the constant developments in technology. While the internet has made it possible for people to connect globally in a faster time, many people have suffered financially and otherwise because of the misuse of it. Individuals need to ensure that they properly secure their private information on the internet. 3 ways in which personal information can be protected on the internet include avoiding publishing confidential information, turning off cookies, and avoid using public Wi-Fi. Talk to me about the opening, the background, and the thesis. Clear?
Yes, sir. Because the opening it gave you a direct quote.
right? So the opening is 2 sentences in this case, right? We're seeing that the opening is not 1, but 2 sentences,
Yes, sir.
right? Mm-hmm.
The second line, let's say so the open would start from cyber to the end of where it stated about life.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, the second point, the second line would then be sir, what do you call it? It's something from the open where he gave the quote about the
So he
technology.
links, so there's a connection between what is said by Mer to the writers now going into the background. It's called
Yes, sir.
analysis or linking.
Okay.
Right. So in this case, the background is much longer, right? Because we see this, the writer is using 1, 2, 3 sentences for the background here. There are 2 sentences for the opening, 3 for the background. And do we see the thesis?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, about the
Right.
3 ways.
They say 3 ways in which.
Right, right. Let's look at another one. Read and talk to me about this one.
Sir, the first one will be like a startling statement.
So the opening would be startling. In 2017, China was by far the largest investor in renewable energy. Well, could be startling because especially since we know China is not the best country in terms of protecting the environment. Remember the narrow topic for this is advantages of solar power. The student forgot to write it. Advantages of using solar power.
So the next part would be analyzing the background where I say the reason for this drastic spike, where you talk about advantage.
Yes, yes.
Sir, and the goal, it would be the same. It would be 2 sentence where it say ideally,
Ideally.
ideally for years, sir, that would be a next one to it. And then he went down. Solar power uses advantage because it's
Stop
environmental.
at sources. The second one, stop at
Sir, that
sources.
would be the thesis where it said solar power usage is advantage because it is environment where it said it provides
Right,
versatile
right.
ways.
So that's the thesis. So we see the background clearly. We can see the opening clearly. We can see the background and we can see the thesis, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's look at another one.
All right, sir. The first one would be the brief statistic all the way down where it stated the person. Then it said it would then analyze it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you go all the way down and it stated the thesis where veterans suffer long-term impacts such as major depression, substance abuse, and chronic pain.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's very easy to identify the structure of the introduction. Very easy to identify the structure of the introduction because it's either you have a good introduction or you don't have a good introduction. All right. At this point in time, I want to finally, I think, let me just, there's a link I have with a video of an introduction, but I know one was good and one was bad, and I don't want to corrupt what I've just taught you because what I've just taught you is actually how you ought to write your introduction. Where's my intro on this? I think this is it. Let me just remind myself. Video unavailable? Why? The YouTube content associated with this has been terminated. That's so cruel. All right, not seeing any video at all. I always like to put a video. Let me see. Let me see if I find something. Writing an introduction for an essay. I don't like when I see these little idiots. Let me see if she talks sense. Give me 1 sec. Let me vet this quickly. All right, no, we don't want to use her. She's not there. She's actually going to teach you how to write persuasive essays, and I don't want that. All right, so I'm going to put you in the breakout room for you to write your introduction as a group, okay? Let me just go back through the list. So Carla Buckle, you are working with whom? Because I don't remember writing. So Sutherland, is there a third person in that group?
No.
No. All right, Nikita Allen, with whom are you working? Roberta, with whom are you working? I heard Shanice Plumber and Georgia. Is that so?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Nikita Allen working with Shanette and I guess Terry.
So Nikita Allen is working with whom?
Shanette Daly and Tariq.
Janet Daly.
Shanette Daly.
Shanette Bailey. And Tyreek?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think I already have her, Rakisha McDonald. I have Bailey. Tana Shea Harris, with whom are you working? I don't have her name down.
Sir?
Yes, with whom are you working?
Sir, I'm not sure. There was a breakout room before because I came to class late.
This is from the beginning of us doing the broad topic, narrow topic thesis and all that.
Leona.
So that seems to be somebody else. Leona. All right,
Yeah,
so
that's the name, Leona. Or Leonie.
Leona and Tanashe. I'm not sure where that person. When last have you seen her in class or him?
I'm not sure, sir.
All right. I think I have everybody now in the group.
Laptop charge? Yeah.
Mute your mic, Tanashe. We're hearing your business. All right, so let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 may have so far, so I'm going to work with what I have. I'm going to manually put you in, okay? And then once I put you in, you're going to begin writing your introduction, okay? So
Okay, sir.
Nikita Allen is working with Bailey and Tyreek. I don't think I see a Tyreek in the class. I don't remember. I haven't called that name in a long time. All right, Janelle Bailey. Where's Janelle Johnson, sorry. Why am I giving her a different name? Janelle Johnson is working with Emmanuel and Eunice. All right, Natoya Williams is working with Chantal Patterson and Rakisha. So she's in this room. All right, David Lawrence is working with. David, who you working with again?
Natoya, Williams, and Alicia.
All right, hold on. So this is Carla Buckle. Sutherland. Carla Buckle. Sutherland didn't she call another name. Bennett, Yakisha, Bennett. Not sure about that person. Let me do the persons who I'm sure about. Roberto is working with Plumber and Georgia. Nobody else in there for Roberto. Jason is working with Bennett. Jason with Bennett. Didn't Shannon pay the name called a while ago? So why is she not in the room? She's with Nikita and she probably logged into 2 different devices. Oh, she hasn't joined. Okay. Tanish is not sure. Davia Lawrence, with whom are you working?
Sir Natalia and Alicia.
Davia Lawrence. Natalia and Alicia, none of whom are here. All right, so you're gonna work on your own because none of those persons are here, okay? And write your introduction, at least the first draft of your introduction, okay? So I haven't put Davia, Shanette, or Tanisha in a breakout room because your group members are not here. So there's no need to put in a breakout room. So just, you have to work on it on your own. This will just be a draft. I look at it, I make comments, and you go and fix, okay? And then I teach you how to write a conclusion.
Sir, I'm here alone in group 5 now. I don't know if you can check what's happening, please.
If your other group members are not here, then you're going to be working on your own. So just start writing. Okay? Hello?
All right, just to understand what's happening, but I'm unable to do any writing as I'm presently driving on my way home, sir. Will not be home until about the next 25 minutes.
Okay, all right, understood.
Sir? Sir Clark?
All right. So let's see if we can get at least one or two. Anybody wants to start off the sharing of their introduction? Go ahead. I don't want to necessarily pull on or call on any specific group or peer. Anybody wants to start us off?
Yes, sir. I'm going to start. I'm supposed to leave work anytime now.
You're going to share, right, Janelle? Oh, yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's see what she has. Training and development, reasons for training and development in the workplace. But where's the thesis? I don't see the thesis in the introduction.
Yeah, this was a thesis that I'm coming to finish up, but because the time finished and you said you want to see something, so I didn't finish.
All right, reasons for training and development according to. All right, seems like a good start. I hope you haven't plagiarized because I'm going to run this thing through Turnitin. All right, stop sharing screen for me, Janelle. Anybody else wants to share? I think I heard another voice that wanted to share. Shannon Bailey. Can you put this above? It's supposed to be above the topic sentences. It can't be below. Can you copy and paste it for me? Can't be below the topic sentences. It has to be above. You can't paste it there, miss.
Topic sentence, go down with it.
You need to remove the word, the phrase topic sentence. Put the cursor at cyber for me and press enter. It's still too close. It's very confusing. But the background sentences doesn't tell us that you're looking at cybersecurity in a company. The opening is okay. The second sentence in the opening, I don't know what's the purpose of that sentence. Then it says some of the things that need protection from malicious attacks are, that doesn't speak to the rules of cybersecurity in a company. There are several rules of cybersecurity in a company. Increasing protection for are some of the rules. So I understand this second to last sentence. There are several rules of cybersecurity in a company, but the background sentences, you have one or two. Well, you have technically one. So there's some of the things that need protection. It needs. So I would fix my background. The background is a little bit weak.
Okay, sir.
All right, so I don't mind the first sentence. The second sentence, I don't know what it's for. Is the opening a direct quote or is it that you paraphrased?
Paraphrase.
Okay, all right. So it's a relatively okay. This is a good start. It's a good start. You just need some additional work, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody else wants to share? Thanks, Miss Bailey. Anybody else wants to share? Go ahead. And your introduction is, you're going to complete your introduction for homework because the first draft of your sentence outline has to be uploaded by Sunday, by weekend. and I'm marking your mid-semester. So if some persons didn't get a chance to upload, so what I might do is to give another paper for the persons who didn't upload or failed the exam on the weekend, only if they upload their first, if they haven't uploaded their first draft of their sentence outline, then I'm not looking at the paper. Okay, all right, so let's look at this. I'm seeing space in the middle, so I suppose you're kind of trying to work it out. How to prevent a heart attack, health education. Yeah, all right, you're kind of struggling with the start. Here, because of the certain recommendation I made, you're kind of trying to struggle. You're struggling with what to put first, what to put second, whether or not the opening does not have to be a definition of health education, right? So the health refers to or you need a sentence that links this definition now to slowly go into heart attack or something. So the term health education refers to a profession where people are taught about the promotion, maintenance, and restoration of their health. Is this where did you get this definition? From where did you get this definition? Ms. Sutherland, where did you get the definition?
I don't remember, sir.
Then how are you writing it on paper? You're plagiarizing. This stuff sounds like a 0 already. If you plagiarize, I'm going to give you 0. You cannot use a definition that is not your own. All right. According to CDC. Okay. I don't know what CDC means. You need to write out the full name and then you put the acronym.
Okay.
You could actually start with this sentence. According to the Center for Disease Control, this could be the start. So according to CDC, every second someone in the United States suffers from a heart attack and about die of heart disease every year. The full stop should be at the outside of the bracket, not at the end of year. And you should not have the month. It's almost as if you have several starts, because even the sentence, heart disease is a devastating condition, and it is known to be one of the leading causes of death around the world, across the world. So you could actually put the heart disease sentence, then you put the according to after as the opening. So you could put the heart disease as the opening, the second sentence according to, something like that. I don't know that you necessarily need a definition of health education, but you need to speak to it. So something like, because, so it could come before the thesis, like, because many persons are not as knowledgeable about how to prevent a heart attack, something. All right, I don't want to tell it too much because usually students write back what I tell them, so I don't want to say too much. So, but I would rearrange some of those sentences. I don't know if the current opening fits how it should fit in the paper. So I see that you're consciously thinking about how to start the paper, what to write and all of that, but there are some issues and some glitches here and there, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, good. All right, so remember now your introduction is your homework. Everybody, your introduction is your homework. You're working on your introduction in your groups or in your pairs. And then on Wednesday, sorry, you come and you share, and then I'm going to teach you how to write your conclusion. And then you're going to upload the first draft of your documented essays. I'm going to teach you conclusion and I think in-text citation. And then you're going to upload the first draft of your sentence outline. And then after that, all I'm going to teach you is how to do a TED Talk, convert your sentence outline into a TED Talk, which is in January, and how to how to do your essay. Okay, please remember you have sentence outline grade to get, you have your TED Talk grade to get, you have your essay grade, which is almost 40% of the course. So remember now, don't die during the Christmas. Don't do anything that is going to prevent you from being here in January. You must, because semester 1 finishes actually February. So you must come back in January, okay? Don't get too caught up in the festivity and all of that. Just remember that you have an academic obligation. Have a good night, everybody. I have another class
No,
at this moment.
don't go, please, sir. Quick. Remember me join late. What you say about uploading something reference the essay that was done in class?
We will talk about it on Wednesday.
So is Wednesday the last class, sir?
It is for the rest of the rest of the year, because Christmas is the following week.
Okay, sir. All right. And why are you tempering the students as to enjoying their holidays, sir?
I
You
am just
temper
saying
them
that
in your class. Why you temper them about them holidays, sir?
I am just saying that
Chill, you know?
I am just saying that don't overdo it.
You know, I have no chills. Anyways, Merry
Don't
Christmas,
overdo
sir.
it.
When you come.
We have class Wednesday, so that's Merry Christmas like at the final class. We have
So
class
that-
Wednesday.
Maybe I plan. All right, sir. Bye.
Yes, and so on Wednesday, we're going to learn how to write your conclusion. We're going to do in-text citation, and remember your badge, people. So 5 marks for your badge for you to
Oh,
do
thank
the
you. While I
info.
mentioned that.
Yes.
How you missing? I sent an email and a message on Canvas asking you to please see if you can send me back that link for the APA badge
It
because
is
I have
in
forward.
your email. You just need to click on the blue link. The blue title, you see the blue writing? That's what you need to click on.
So of any of those email, or there was a specific email?
There was a specific email that was sent about this. This is how the other students got a chance to do it.
All right, I'll score it again and see. Thank you, sir.
All right, have a good night, everybody. I have to run because I have another class, okay?
Okay, sir. Good night.
Night, night.